This is N2 LEN with another quick video clip. Let's going into the washroom with the workbench. Just began evaluation. On the bench is a OM Power 2000 plus HF amplifier. Picked it up on qth.com. As a tech special. It was in for repair. The gentleman, I guess, the person who I purchased it from decided that he didn't want to invest any more money into it. So this particular amplifier was modified. It originally came from the factory with a Chinese ceramic tetrode, and I think it's an FU728F. The gentleman who had it before me modified it for a 4CX1500B. Similar tube, different type of cooling, different type of filament requirement. It looks like there was a bunch of heatsink compound in here. Looks like maybe a heater transformer was put in here, but I cleaned that up. And we're working on the screen board. It's faulty. And we're, instead of ordering the board, well, I may end up ordering the board. I don't know, but I'm trying to save as much money as possible and keep expenses low. I still got to buy a tube for it, and I probably will need another board. But anyway, what could this board possibly be? Maybe $60 or $70 most. But anyway, looking at the schematics that was sent to me by Array Solutions by Jay. Thank you, Jay, for passing that along to me. It's very much appreciated. And probably send you this link to this video so you could take a peek at it when you have some free time. But anyway, just looking at the parts, what I'm planning on doing is replacing the diodes on the board. There are only a handful of diodes. I'll replace the FETs, and I don't know, maybe I'll replace this resistor. But when I remove the board, and this board is actually mounted on a daughter piggyback board right on the bottom of the amplifier under the tube socket. So anyway, looking at the schematics that was provided, a lot of these parts are similar. They have different model numbers, but in cross-referencing, they're close. So, you know, I'm probably going to just, with the diodes, I'll probably just lift up one lead and test them, or maybe I'll just replace them all. But I'm just curious about some of these Zeners. But anyway, one thing I did notice is diode 1 is missing, and I believe when you turn the board over, it looks like it's been jumped. I believe the anode side of the diode is jumped over to resistor 3. So let's look at diode 1, and it's jumped over to resistor 3. Diode 1 and resistor 3 is up here, which is an 82 ohm 2 watt. That's correct. 82 ohm 2 watt right there. Some other things I noticed that on the actual schematic, diode 3 should be a 5349, and it's a 5384 that's in there, and another 5384 that requires a 5380. And I guess these are all similar. Diode 1 that's missing, I'm going to put in a 5380 in there. Diode 7 is a 1N5 5408. The two FETs are IRF PG50s. So I'm going to replace those. The Xena diodes, I believe they're Xena. Diode 8 and diode 4, which are right by the FETs. Those are listed in the schematic as 12Bs. I can't even find a 12B. There's, what's in there are 10Bs, so 10 volt. And then diode 5 up here, D5, the schematic also calls for a 12 volt, a 12B, but actually in there is a 15B, so I'm sure that's okay. It's within in spec. I want to make sure that the 10Bs, I have to look at the specs of the FETs, but I believe those are original. I'm like I said, I'm not 100% sure. I'm just doing a side-by-side comparison, and this schematic, which is dated 2014, this amplifier can be an older production model, so this could have been revised just on basic parts availability. I just want to make sure that we're in the right tolerance. I also notice here on this CG2 600L, this fuse inline, fuse protection. It's also strapped with a 1UF 450 cap. And I don't know why, I don't believe that's factory. I don't see it anywhere on the schematic. And then this large, I guess, was this a sandstone resistor? The schematic calls for a 18K 10 watt. And in here, it looks like somebody strapped in a 10 watt 15K. So, I mean, I guess it's within tolerance, but I don't know, the original looks like it's, I mean, I don't know, but I guess, that's fine too. So my question is, before I begin replacing parts, I guess what I'll do is I'll just test the diodes out. I'll pull the FETs out and test them. And I'm curious about this diode, the D1, going over to, I guess it was just bypassed. And that's exactly what it looks like. So that's basically it. If anyone has any suggestions, feel free to place a comment. This is N2LEN saying best 7-3.